Well, hello everybody, and I think this is going to possibly be the last in my short overview, initial overview of the presidential candidates, because or maybe I'll do Yang as well. I don't think I've done Yang yet, because it doesn't seem much point in doing ones that are not getting on the debate stage or are not rising in the polls. But I could change that if the standings in the polls change. Not that I think polls are very accurate, but they give some indication. so anyway, maybe I will do Yang as well. But today I'm doing Mike Bloomberg because he's a latecomer to the Democratic presidential candidate race, and is basically buying his way up the polls with lots of ads. I actually don't know that much about Bloomberg. He seems to be running a strange race because he's not focusing on early states. I'm not quite sure what his game is, and that kind of fits his astrology. And I don't know a huge amount about his policies either. But so I'm going to quickly read a little bit from Wiki. So he's, it depends where you're looking, but he's like in the top 20, well, it says 25th richest on Wikipedia, richest American. And that was from Forbes in September of 2007. He's kind of a self-made man, really, modest background, son of a bookkeeper and a homemaker. He worked his way through to get an engineering degree at Johns Hopkins University in '64, and then went to Harvard Business School, and he began working at a bond trader, and that's kind of where he made his money. He was fired in '81, but he got a $10 million severance package. Wow. And started his own firm then and made tons of money through doing that. So he's kind of a really wealthy guy, and he used to be a Republican. He was a Republican till 2007. He kind of left the party while he was mayor of New York. I don't know much about his time as mayor of New York, other than he started stop and frisk, which was a terrible policy, but he has apologized for that conveniently. Now he's running for president. So his personality is described as a ruthless competitor. He's noted for his hot temper and vivid profanity. Ferocious, he's not without compassion. Flippant, he is deeply serious about the social responsibilities of wealth and privilege. His philanthropy has amounted to 100 million a year for some time. His adventures include 2 near crashes in aircraft he was piloting, and one time he saved a friend's life in an avalanche on the ski slopes. He argued with people and obstinately refused to leave the spot where his friend turned out to be buried. Though driven in business, he's always up for a good party or a ski vacation. At times breezy and given to malapropisms and silly comments, he is a fun target for the late show comedians. So that's about as much as I really know about Bloomberg, other than the fact he was mayor of New York. But let's look at his chart. Okay. Well, first thing to note is we have got a time for him, unlike the other candidates, and this is a AA rated time, so it's off the birth chart, so it should be accurate. He is a Sun Aquarius, Moon Aquarius, Mercury Aquarius, Venus Aquarius, and Ceres Aquarius. So he's got a major Aquarius stellium, which is a fixed sign. And that's all in square to another stellium in Taurus. And he has Mars, Saturn, and Uranus, and also asteroid Hygeia in Taurus. He is a Cancer rising, okay? So he comes across perhaps as Cancer rising usually comes across as quite caring, quite soft and things, and then he's got that this kind of fixed energy behind him. Also, his sun is in the 8th house, which in the house system I use, which is the house ruled by Scorpio, so it's kind of a fixed house. All his Taurus stuff is in the 11th house, which is ruled by Aquarius. So he's kind of got very kind of fixed views, but you know, Aquarius, they're usually quite forward thinking, very good entrepreneurs, which he's proved to be. He's got Aries on the top of his chart, so he's kind of very much a leader. He's kind of a bit of a dichotomy, this guy, but he's got Pluto in Leo in the 1st house conjunct his Chiron, and I think that's kind of where his kind of aggressiveness gonna come from. You know, what did they describe it as? Ruthless. Pluto in the 1st house can be ruthless, anyway, and Aries rising. I mean, Aries on the midheaven is very competitive. So what's happening with him in his chart? So let's have a look at current transits. We've got all this Capricorn happening in here. The meeting on January the 12th is at 22 degrees Capricorn, which is very close to his descendant and opposing his ascendant. So I really think this will give us some way of how he's going to start appearing to the public. It could transform our view of him. We could start to see him as a leader in some ways. He's kind of not the worst, I have to say, astrologically. And there's some other, although he's still not I don't know his policies, so I can't say. I'm only basing that on the astrology. All right. And then, of course, the 22 degree meetup in Capricorn is also trine his Mars and his Saturn. So it's trine the planet that rules all this Capricorn in the 11th house, and that's kind of the area of a big message. It's the area of a cause, and he is a philanthropist, but how does he intend to carry on this work? How is he intending to do good? I don't know. So this is only about what I'm seeing quickly in the astrology. The other thing I've kind of been looking at a bit for other people is December the 21st, 2020, right after the election, when we have Jupiter and Saturn meeting. And this house is often quite political, is to do with politics. And this Saturn-Jupiter meeting at 0 Aquarius is going to start crossing all over his Aquarius planets, and we are moving into the age of Aquarius. And he's the only Aquarian candidate, I think. You know, I'm going to go into all of these in more detail, but I have to say, just astrologically, he's not the worst. He also has, like Bernie Sanders, he has his North Node in Virgo. He's very close in age to Bernie. And the North Node in Virgo is they're pulled towards service. They're pulled to be useful, pulled to make meaning and service and usefulness out of their lives. And so he's got that too. I don't know where it's going to go. I think I'm going to do more detailed videos of these candidates as their field starts to narrow a little bit, and look at some more dates, look at perhaps Super Tuesday, look at some of the other big primary dates, look at the convention date, I think would be a good idea, and obviously the election date itself in 2020, and look in closer detail. I just got a big hair to start actually kind of just oh, let me just quickly look at these candidates. And so that's what I've done so far. I'm not going to look at, but I think I will do Yang, as I said. I don't think I'm going to look at any of the others for now, even though I quite like Julian Castro and a couple of others. I'm not going to do them because they're not on the debate stage and they're not rising up at the moment, but they could do yet. But Yang is actually on the rise, so I need to do him. So thanks for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell if you want to get notified when I upload new videos. But I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, so subscribing helps my algorithm. So please, please, please subscribe. All right, loves. Bye.